My trans sister changed her name to my current name, not a similar name, not a name that sounds like mine, my exact name. First name, same, last name. We're siblings. I want to be clear about something before I get into this because I already know how it's going to sound to some people. I'm not upset about her being trans. I'm not upset about her changing her name at all. I sent her a congratulations text when she came out 2 years ago, and I meant every word of it. I've never had a problem with who she is. That's not what this is. What this is that she chose my name, my actual name, not a version of it, not something inspired by it. The exact name I've had my entire life, that's on my driver's license, that my friends call me, that my coworkers know me by. She took it, and when I called her to talk about it, she made it very clear she doesn't plan to give it back. Let me back up. We've never been close. Not as kids, not as teenagers, not now. We grew up in the same house in a small town in the Midwest, and even then we existed in completely separate worlds. She was always a little quieter, a little more withdrawn, interested in things that didn't overlap with anything my parents or I were into. I don't say that to be mean. It's just how it was. We didn't fight. We didn't bond. We kind of just coexisted under the same roof until she left for college, and then we really stopped overlapping at all. When she came out, I found out through my mom. She sent me a text a few days later just to let me know herself, and I texted back saying I was happy for her and that I hoped she was doing well. She said thank you. That was the whole conversation. She was living in Portland by then. I'm in Chicago. We don't call each other. We don't visit. I think the last time I actually saw her in person was at my uncle's birthday party 3 years ago, and we said maybe 10 words to each other. So when I say we don't really have a relationship, I mean that genuinely. There's no bad blood. There's just nothing there at all. Then last month, my cousin calls me out of nowhere. She sounds weird on the phone, like she's trying to figure out how to say something. She finally just comes out with it. Says, "Did you know your sister is going by your name now?" I actually laughed. I thought she was messing with me. She wasn't. I went and looked at my sister's social media. There it was. New name in the bio. Pinned post introducing herself to her followers, explaining the change, talking about what the name means to her. My name. My first name paired with our shared last name. If you didn't know us personally, you'd have no way of knowing we were two different people. I stared at my phone for probably 5 minutes just trying to decide if I was overreacting before I even did anything. Then I called her. She picked up, which honestly surprised me. I told her I'd seen the name change, and I needed to understand what was going on. She was calm about it. She said she'd loved that name for a long time, that she'd gone through a list of options and nothing else ever felt right, and that since we don't talk and don't live anywhere near each other, she genuinely didn't think it would affect me. I told her it does affect me. I go back home for holidays. My parents are still there. Friends I grew up with are still there. People who knew both of us as kids are still there, and a lot of them still follow her on social media, even if they're not in contact with her. Word travels fast in a small town. Half of those people probably don't even know she came out yet, and now the first thing they're going to find out is that she's also going by my name. That's going to generate exactly the kind of conversation I do not want to be at the center of every time I visit. She listened. Then she said she understood where I was coming from, but that her mind was made up. She was submitting the legal paperwork within the month. I didn't know what to say after that, so I just got off the phone. I called my mom. My mom had already had this exact conversation with her, apparently the same week my sister announced it, and it had not gone well. My mom said something she shouldn't have said, something that came from frustration but still crossed a line. And now they aren't speaking at all. My dad knows about all of it and has chosen not to weigh in on any of it. I respect that in a way because I also genuinely have no idea what the right play is here. I don't want to blow up whatever thin thread is left between us. I'm not trying to take something from her or tell her she can't be who she is. But I also can't pretend this doesn't feel like a strange, deliberate thing to do. Out of every name that exists, she landed on mine. And she had 2 years to pick one before she finally decided, which means this wasn't an impulsive choice. I keep turning it over and I can't find the angle where it makes complete sense. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that.